So I recently went to the United Kingdom to check out their version of the National Card Show. Picked up a ton of cards, but while overseas, I was able to also take a look at two different collections. So I spent that Thursday and Friday taking a look at thousands upon thousands of cards. And between those and also the card show, here are all my pickups from Europe.
Lots of cards to go through. Let's start off with stack number one. These are kind of cheaper cards that I'm going to throw in my collection that I don't know if I'm going to grade yet. This is a 1902 WG Grace, kind of like an illustration card. You guys can see the back over here. Conan Weenan, which is kind of popular over in the United Kingdom. So throw that into my cricket collection. We have an Alexander Hamilton Duke N76. I already have one, but it has a little bit of paper loss on the front. This one has a pretty cool story because if you see this over here, there's a bunch of X's. It seems like someone used the back of this card as a checklist to determine if they built the set or not. Now, no idea when they specifically did that. This card is well over 100 years old. In fact, it's from 1888, but this is an upgrade, and I think the front visual presentation looks really nice. Luis Pasteur, Ogden's, like 95% sure I don't have this card as of yet. And it does look fairly nice from 1901 or 1902. Not entirely sure. This is A series, so I'd probably assume 1901, but good eye appeal on that one. A lot of scientific discoveries if you're not familiar with them. Jack Hobbs, 1908. I do have a rookie in the stack, so you guys will see that very soon. But I do have this already in my collection. Again, not sure the shape of the other one, and I'll keep one and probably sell the other one in that sense. And Divider, another card I have, but this one has a little bit of whitening right over here. That's pretty common with these King of Metal cards. Although Pearl Jam's not a metal band by any means, so we'll see how that ends up going. CB Fry, Ogden, got a few Fry cards today. Henry Armstrong. Now, this card is labeled everywhere as a 1935, but someone on Net54 says these are 1939 based off the images. I personally have not done the research on this set as of yet, but I do want to present that information. And this is UTC. The other first Henry Armstrong card that the hobby considers kind of a rookie card, depends on this card's label, is a 1938, which is super cheap. These are a lot tougher to find. So I do like this card better anyways, and I've wanted one. And to find it in a bargain bin is pretty cool. Another CB Fry, followed by another CB Fry. So CB Fry has a very interesting history. So he was famous for football, which is soccer over in the United States, and also cricket at the same time. And I believe he was an academic as well. So kind of a popular figure over in the United Kingdom. A few different players in the US that played multiple sports, but cricket and football/soccer are their main two over there. So pick up Fry cards when I get the chance. I've never seen this Theodore Roosevelt card before. Now, visually, this looks fantastic. However, there is like a rip in the card right over here, unfortunately, but that doesn't really matter to me. I will take 100% a rarer Teddy. Now, here's the thing on it. This is a Wills, but I think it's an overseas issue, so this might be something that was produced maybe in Australia. That's where I assume other Wills cards are, but if you have more information, let me know. Because I couldn't really find it on Trading Card Database or like a VCP. We have a Jesse Owens card. Again, I don't know too much about this set particularly. It has 1937 dating on there, so it's at least a 1937 card. But anytime you can find a cool Jesse Owens, gotta pick it up. We got a Victor Trumper. I believe I also have like a red border one over here. I have a few different Victor Trumper cards and one of the best cricketers of all time. So these are a little bit tougher to find. And Staley Alice in Chains. I've wanted this card for a while. One of my friends buys up all of them, so I don't really get a chance to have one in my PC, and this will go over there. Kurt Cobain. I have the other card, which came back as an 8, the 91 or 92. I can't remember. Oh, sorry. The 92 came back in 8. This is a 93 card. I think I said earlier it was 92, so I do apologize if I did. This one looks fairly clean with that back. This was the other Victor Trumper, so I'll show you guys them side by side, just like that. And I have to say, these backs are really, really cool. So the Vice Regals on those. Cricket card I didn't know existed is right over here, Wally Hammond. No idea what the year is specifically on this. It's probably 1920s to my assumption. So not 100% sure it's a rookie card, but just threw it in that case. Super, super thin. I saw a few of these. Some of them do have stains on the back like they were glued to something, but this one has a clean back, and oh, it's a pretty rare cricket card. So kind of cool to throw it into my PC. Get another Fry right over here. We got a Ranji. May have this one, but not 100% certain. Churchill that I did not have. I think this is a 1901. Now the back on this one is to be desired, to be honest with you. You have two backs in one, so obviously a mistake in production. Just kind of cool to see in a sense, but I don't know. Like for my own personal collection, first I'd rather have a full back and then one maybe that's like an off back like this, but still you don't see these all the time. I may have bid on one on eBay and got outbid a while ago, so not the end of the world, but cool to finally add one of these. Now this card isn't worth a ton, but it's kind of cool. It's a Captain Cook, but this is an Australian Ogden, so you guys can see how it has the Sydney label here on the bottom. And the Australian Ogdens are much tougher to find than the UK ones that are out there. But what's kind of cool is Captain Cook was one of the guys that was responsible for bringing Europeans over to Australia. I believe he discovered a lot of the islands over there, and kind of just cool history. I had someone reach out to me before the show looking to build the set. Already had a few, and what's a cool thing is I saw a few albums of Allen and Ginter cards. So I'll go through these really fast, the different smokers. Eye appeal wise, these look really, really cool. You don't see them all the time. And I'll show you guys the back as well. There's 19 in here in total. Feel free to pause the screen. I think I accidentally bought this one twice, but super, super nice eye appeal wise. Kind of on both of them, to be honest with you. And the backs just like that. So I think these are going to be going to grading as well. Just have to confirm on that one. So it'll be interesting to see how these end up doing. Card that I will be listing on eBay. Kind of a popular figure. Don't know much about her, but this is a pretty rare set. So I don't know if it can 100% be graded or not. Wish you could send in anything to get graded, but got to do more research on it, send it over. But regardless, kind of a cool pickup. These three stacks over here are all going to go into grading. So I will show you guys those over here. So we'll start off with this first stack. So super nice Alfred Hitchcock. I have a 2.5 that has a stain on the front. So this is a well-needed upgrade. Churchill have this one as well. I actually have two of these, I think, and both of them are kind of beaters or like ones. But this one barely has any chipping and eye appeal-wise looks really, really nice. Next, we have a stack of Ogdens. So I'll show you guys some of these over here. These are some poses that I don't see every day. Not 100% sure if I'm going to keep these or sell them. There's a few that I probably will, but I'll have to determine that a little bit later. But we have Beethoven, Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, this George Washington, which like 90% sure that's going to stay into my PC. Just the eye appeal, and this is really cool and unbranded. So if you guys know his 1952 look and see, it's kind of like a holy grail of that set. It's kind of like a short print, and especially high grades, it's very, very valuable. But this is his 1901 Ogden, and personally I'd rather have this card than the look and see, but that's my own opinion on that. And all of these Ogdens over here are blank back. All right, then we have F&J Smith, Harry Varden. So I wanted this for a while, and we have the red back, which is believed to be a little bit scarcer, but not 100% sure on this. Now this is altered. This does have recolored spots on the black border, which they have a huge chunk right there. You'd think they'd recolor that. Either way, it's a pretty tough card to find and goes straight to my golf PC. 96 cricketers, Ranji and Lohman. Lohman's in the Hall of Fame. Ranji is not, but I did not have either of these, and they were on my want list to find. So really happy to pick up both of those. Sobers rookie card, did not have that as well. Wanted that quite a while for the cricket PC. Really famous bodybuilder over here, very tough set. I believe these are from Australia, 1904 or 05, somewhere around that era. Frank Gotch wanted this one as well. Got outbid on few at auctions before, and this is a pet cigarette. You guys might be familiar with them for boxing cards, but Frank Gotch is in that set. There's also, I think, Kopak in there. It's really, really tough to find compared to pet. Eye peel front, amazing. Obviously some paper loss here on the back, so I'll just slab it for protection purposes. We have some Hills Tris speaker. 3 of these in a row look pretty nice eye peel wise, and you guys can see the back on those. George Washington, unfortunately has some paper loss here on the face, but corners look really nice. So probably, I would assume this is going to get a 1, maybe 1.5, 2, but it's a shame. Gorgeous card otherwise. Vanderbilt, I have this already in a 3, but you know, this will probably grade 2-ish, and I'll end up selling it. So if you're interested in this first Vanderbilt card, some more Ogdens over here that I'm going to get graded. Just go through these a little bit faster. Now this Churchill is actually a bit tougher. This is kind of like a variant of full line across with some text right there only. Kind of tough to talk about all the different specifics in Ogdens because they're much more complicated than T206 cards. So you guys will just have to believe me with that one. So like you can see this example, there's only text right here with the white, doesn't go all the way across. Still really cool Longfellow. It also depends on the series that it's in, or the cost. Lawn tennis, larger Churchman. Ogden Sullivan, we have 2 of these in here. Tilden, Benj Franklin, more of these over here. You can see the back of that. Mark Twain, Elton John, which I didn't really find many music cards over there. I was kind of surprised with that. These are also all getting graded, by the way. So just go through these a little bit faster. Beautiful design on this Player Cigarettes Dickens. More over here. I believe these were Sisler. G. Balfour, Prime Minister. And these are Lever Bros. Very, very tough to find. I've gotten outbid on a few, and there's a few that I want in the series, but they just don't really pop up that often. Donald Bradman, technically this is an upgrade, but I'll probably sell this anyways. Rookie card of the GOAT of cricket, another Bradman. Hilton, probably will sell this. I think I have a 2 or a 3, have to double check. Meredith. There's the other Loman, so I'm going to keep the highest graded one, sell the other one. And Donald Bradman, which looks pretty nice. Stack number 3. Brown, Bulls Baseball 1901, Walt Disney, Sullivan, Johnson, 2 Ruths, another one of these baseball ones over here, Jeffries, super nice Bradman, 2 nice Raisbecks, Churchill looks really sharp, 2 Earharts, Jesse Owens 1949. This one does not have a stamp on the back. If there was a stamp on the back, that means it was actually sent out, which is kind of cool. They would actually put your weight on these. So if you see a stamp on these, know that it's not a dealer or something like that, or a kid that put that on there. Pretty nice Langford. Another nice Langford. That is the rookie. Frank Gotch may upgrade, depends on how my other one is. I think I have a 2 or a 3, but have to see. And then the John L. Sullivan. Another Dickens. 72 Daily Express, Jimi Hendrix. Some more Ogden's Darwin, which I already have one, but it has writing on the back. Balfour, another with the name full across. Some more tennis cards that you don't see every single day. Guaranteed a 1 because all of these had holes in them. That's how you know they were actually sent out. Think that grading scale needs to be changed, but that's not my decision. All of the companies have graded these forever. Nicer WG Grace. And then 2 Wills, 1901, I believe. So Teddy Roosevelt. And you guys can see the different series over here. Series 1 and Series 2 with the text at the bottom. Let's go into some oversized cards now. So the first, it's believed that this is Ted Williams on this one, 1951. Really cool baseball one over here. I think this is from the 1890s. And this is a Dutch version. There's also an English one out there. This does have like a stamp, or maybe possibly 2 stamps, and also some tape on the back. Still, eye appeal wise on the front, gorgeous. And this over here was a promo card for Old Judge and Gypsy Queen. You guys can see you will find a printed slip in every box of Old Judge or Gypsy Queen cigarettes you buy. Return 25 of these slips, and then you can find a cabinet photograph. So cabinet cards, you guys are kind of familiar with those. I'll put one up on the screen. I'll also show you guys what the full image of this looks like. I'm not going to take it out just because this is very delicate and don't want to break it. All right, some ComC stuff. Now I'm not going to go through everything, but I have this whole box over here, about 200 cards in general. So if you guys, some of those, just grab a small stack. Most of these are anywhere from like $5 to $20 cards. There is probably some like $40 or $50 cards in here as well. But I'm gonna drop these off at the Dallas Card Show, and we'll see how it goes. Like this is a Varden Ogden, which is a little bit more expensive. Robert Fulton, which is really cool. Duke N76, Dixie Dean. A lot of these W.G. Graces, Stanley Matthews rookies, or Canaro rookie. C.B. Fry. This is a pretty cool card. American. Roosevelt. This is actually one of his more desirable Ogdens. It does have some writing on the back. Otherwise, I probably would have kept it. But yeah, just a full box of these Ogdens, Einsteins from 1928. Extremely popular. I have sold for like 200 bucks. Some cricketers. And these are like South African cards. Pretty tough to find, but just a lot of oddball stuff like this. I'm not going to go through it all. Just know that there's about 200 of those over there. You guys probably want to see the albums that I picked up. Let's go through those. Might not have a ton of space, so I'm going to move a few things out of the way so you guys can see this. So that is a full page. You guys can see the second screen over there, but that is a full page of this book, and there's tons of them. In fact, there's like 500 cards. And that is what this one looks like over here. And then I also bought 3 pages from the third series of Felix Podin, which is 1922. This one right here. Famous Duke over here in the corner. So I bought this page. This page has Tilden in the bottom right. A little bit of a glare from that second light source. And this one over here has Jack Dempsey, which is right there. So one of those for a little bit. And lastly, let's go over these other graded cards. 3 graded cards in general. So Jack Nicklaus, this got an 8. Pretty iconic card of his. Do want to keep it, but I bought a lot, so I may have to sell some baseball cards if I want to do that. Major Taylor postcard. And this card, yeah, this is a giant one. Jack Johnson. And this one will go right over here in my backdrop. Don't know exactly where I will be putting it, but I'll have this in the background of the videos.